Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I wanted to take you guys through a glute workout, and it's been a while since I've gone through the form and just giving you guys some more form tips on some of the general movements that are in a lot of the programs, that are just in a lot of the workouts that you should be doing for legs. So we're gonna do that. But first I wanted to show you, I ordered dumbbells off of Amazon. I'll link them in the description, but I have a lot of girls on my YouTube and on TikTok and everything else that ask about body weight workouts. And as much as I want to support body weight workouts, I think it's great if you're trying to get in some more cardio and stuff. But ultimately, if you guys want to build muscle, weights and adding weight, even if you can find something, if you don't have enough money to buy dumbbells, I'm not trying to sell them for you or to you, I guess. Grab a water bottle or grab something heavy in your house that you can fill with water, or sandbags. I've seen people use sandbags. Just get creative. But if not, then get yourself some dumbbells. It's going to be a great investment, if I'm being honest. Yeah, let's look at them together. They're just dumbbells, but maybe they look cute or something. I was going to actually get these really cute ones, you guys, but why are dumbbells $200 if they're cute? It's just a weight, you know? So we got some basic ones, which is all you need. It all works. Wait, did it only come with one? Oh, you guys, it's only one. Well, I guess they only ordered one. It's pretty big. Which could work. What the fuck? So we have one 30-pound dumbbell. Of course this would happen to me. This is so... Why did I think that it was two? Why would it not be two? Anyway, we have a dumbbell. I guess I'll have to order another. I guess I'm using a weight in a water bottle. Perfect. One hand's gonna be way down here. Why did I know that that was gonna happen? I literally ordered it. I ordered it and I was it only showed one dumbbell. And I was yeah, anyway, that's fine. So just be aware, if you order from Amazon, you could only get one. So, well, we're going to the gym where they have all kinds of dumbbells. This is the creatine that I use. I'm sure you guys have seen it. It's the naked creatine. I get it on Amazon because it's the easiest fucking place, because you can just order it and I don't have to go into a store. I sound like I don't do anything, but who goes into stores nowadays? But not me. Yes, I should tell you guys why I ordered the dumbbells. So I do a lot of form stuff and at-home workouts and basically just stuff that helps girls get fit. And a lot of times people are either working out at home because they have anxiety, or they're a mom and they literally don't have time to go to the gym, or they probably have fucking anxiety and they're scared of the gym. If I think about myself, I was so scared. So I've made it kind of my mission to help girls with form and just help girls get more comfortable with training and what they're doing and their form, and just get a little bit more knowledgeable, because the only way that we can build confidence in the gym and actually get ourselves into the gym is by knowledge and, building that confidence in our form and everything like that, and just knowing what we're doing. I felt like I was so scared to go into the gym because I was I don't really know what I'm doing. I didn't. I was I would get a dumbbell and have no idea what to do with it. And so I learned at home how to work out, form, how to structure my workouts and stuff. So I was I should teach you and all my girls, so that if you really don't know, or if you just want to work on your form or something in solitude, in your house, then you can. So I put all of that on TikTok, but I can definitely share more here if you guys want. Oh, there's a girl with a cat. Multiple cats, 2 cats. One's name is Simba. She's actually become one of our mods. Her name is Lolo. You guys have probably seen her in the group chats on Snapchat. And she's started to work a lot on like our Discord group. And she has 2 cats. And she just started working out at home. And she always sends us videos of like her and her cats and working out and her bong rips, just like everything. Like it's such a vibe. Yeah. I can't believe I only got 1 dumbbell. Happy Black Friday. What the fuck? How did I forget? Oh my God. You guys, it's Black Friday. We have like buy one, get one leggings, bundle deals on the site. A lot of the stuff is like up to 70% off right now. And we just had our drop. So beanies, crew necks, everything that I went through in the last vlog, all this stuff is out, which is so exciting. We can have our beanies and stuff. Yay. Let's go to the gym. Okay, who doesn't love a car rot? Like honestly, before the gym, sitting in your car for a good 20, 30, sometimes 45 minutes is like the best thing ever. Because you're like, well, now I can just chill. I can mentally prepare myself to go into the gym. It's a little bit cold in here. I need to like turn that up. Mentally preparing yourself to go into the gym and like annihilate your legs or whatever you are doing. You can actually sit here for a second and like do your makeup. I have some lip gloss, which I definitely need. Yeah, you can do your makeup. You can jam to some music. You can really just do whatever you want. I guess that's just being an adult. You're allowed to do whatever you want, I guess. Anyways, enough of that. So I feel like I wanted to do this video on form because when I used to go to public gyms, like I feel like I'm really into like private gyms right now and just kind of doing my own thing and not really focusing on anyone else or whatever. But when I used to go to public gyms, the one thing that got me into just feeling okay in the gym and feeling confident and feeling like I can just go about my workout and not worry about anyone else. And what did that for me was learning form. Because if I didn't know form, I don't think I would feel very good about my training and my workouts. And I would just feel very intimidated, I guess you could say. Intimidated is the right word. Yeah, anyway, so if I didn't know my form, I feel like I'd be very intimidated. I feel like I would be very just scared to get into the gym. And like, I would feel like people are looking at me because I really genuinely don't know what to do. So I really do want to give you guys and just, yeah, like give you guys some form tips and just like things that helped me and whatever. And one of the very first things that I did when I was starting in the gym and starting to like just get into fitness in general was training at home. And I've talked about this before, but I really do want to go into it for a second and kind of talk about where I guess I really started and where it really began and like what really fucking happened. So in 2020, I got super depressed. I started doing a little bit of yoga, and yoga was what helped me focus on my breathing. And like, it was just a moment for me to like get back to myself. That's what it felt like. And then I would stop doing yoga and then I'd be depressed again. And so anytime that I could do yoga, I would do it just to almost escape. And then I started doing, I started learning about nutrition and, you know, protein and what's important, what are like carbs and fats. And I slowly started learning that. And then I started doing these workouts that were, so I would go, okay. So when I was in my depressed state, I would do yoga to escape. And then I would I started doing body weight workouts, and a lot of it was like HIIT based. So it was like circuits. And like, if you don't know what HIIT is, it's like high intensity interval training. So it's like 30 seconds of push ups, and then you'll do like 30 seconds of ab crunches, and then you'll do like 30 seconds of mountain climbers. And it's just like really high intense stuff, which now that I look back, I don't think really helped me, because as women, we're not supposed to do it as often, or at least this is what I've heard. Don't quote me on it, but I do believe this. I think we're not supposed to do HIIT and cardio and that kind of thing as often, because our cortisol levels will raise. And you can have some good cortisol, but at the same time, like, if you're doing it too often, it's just too much. Like, it gets to be way too much. Yeah, it just gets to be way too much. Your body can't handle it. It's a lot of stress on your body. And when you're already depressed and stuff, like, yeah, I just look back and I feel like it just added a lot onto my stress. So, however, it did get me into working out. And so eventually I bought dumbbells, and, you know, I turned my cardio based workouts into more strength based workouts. And the way that I did this was, instead of doing circuits of things, I would do reps and sets of things. So I would do like 3 sets of, I used to like lay on one of my tables, like my coffee table. You guys, this is like this is what I would do. So I would lay on one of my coffee tables on my back, and I would do bench press with my dumbbells on my coffee table. Not sure if that's safe, so don't like do it, but that's what I started out doing. And then I would do shoulder press, and I would just like kneel down and just start doing shoulder press. And then I would do RDLs, and I would do goblet squats and that kind of thing. And I just turned it all into more of reps and sets rather than doing circuits and like HIIT workouts. And that's when I started like actually working on my form. So I started watching TikToks of girls on TikTok, and they would explain form, and they would help you like target your glutes and stuff, and talk about glute activation, which I actually really believe in. Like, for beginners to actually like target and understand where the fuck your glute even is. And so, yeah, that was like such a fucking vibe. And then, okay, once I started doing form, learning my form, doing all of the dumbbell workouts and stuff, then I pushed myself into going to the gym. And once I started in the gym, I would go at nighttime, and I would do, like, I would try the Smith machine. I was so scared to try the machines. I literally would wait until there was absolutely nobody in the gym, like nobody. And then I would try out some of the machines and like play around with them and fuck around and like try to learn them and try to learn what I was doing. And there was so many times that I would have embarrassed myself. Sometimes I worked up the courage to do it with other people in the gym, and then I just completely embarrassed myself, and I was like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing. And that is how we learn. That is how we grow confidence. That is how we learn something new, is putting ourselves in those situations where we have zero fucking idea what we're doing. Like, we don't know. And I would talk myself through it and be like, you know what? If I need help, or if something really goes wrong, there's someone here to help me. Like, you know, there's someone else in the gym, or there's someone that maybe they know what they're doing. And eventually I built up this courage to be able to ask people what to do, or to be able to take people's like criticism, or be able to take what people said to me and like be like, okay, I'm going to implement that next time. And working out turns into such a like working on yourself vibe, you know? You really get to work on yourself. Like, you get to work on how you take criticism. If someone tells you how to fix your form, like, are you going to freak out? Are you going to be like, oh my God, why the fuck would you say that? That's so wrong, like, whatever. Or are you going to take that and be like, oh, okay, they've been a trainer for 10 years. Maybe I should try that out. Maybe that's a better way to do it. If you try it and it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you, right? So I think I've grown a lot as a person just working on this kind of stuff. And I really honestly love it. Like, I feel like yeah, since being through all the stages of fitness. I had a fitness stage where I didn't eat anything or I didn't eat enough. Like, I was so moody. I would eat barely anything. I would literally, if I was hungry, you guys, I would eat like cucumber, which like has zero nutrition at all. It's like water. And I'm sure it has some, but it doesn't have enough to be like a whole snack, okay? And I look back at that and I'm like, you stupid bitch, you didn't even know what you were doing. But at the same time, I also look back at that and I'm like, if you didn't do that and you didn't go through that stage of your fitness journey, you would have no idea. Like, you wouldn't have learned, you wouldn't have done it, you wouldn't have progressed. So, yeah. What other stages have I been in? Oh, like bulking. I've been through the struggles of bulking as a girl. Like, when you're bulking as a woman, it is such a mind fuck because everyone tells you that you have to be so skinny. And then all of a sudden you're like, well, now I want to gain weight and now I want to, build some muscle and whatever. And then you're eating more and you're gaining weight and you are like, maybe this isn't what I wanted. And you're like, but I have to do it for 12 weeks. So you're trying to do it for 12 weeks. And then you're like, but wait, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should just like be a Pilates girl. And then you're like, wait, but I really want like a fat ass and I want skinny waist. And it's just such a mind fuck. But it's fine. And I've been through times when I've just fallen off. I've definitely went on vacations and just like barely even trained. And I think that's completely okay. I think it's like I was also doing a lot of cardio. I was hiking, I was walking, I was, doing so many things. I was still focused on my protein, even though I was eating out a lot. Or, yeah, it's like you go through these different times. And I think being able to go through those times, being able to learn from them and being able to be like, okay, like, you know, maybe I don't want to train on my vacations because maybe I don't like it. Or maybe I do want to train on vacation because it's what fuels my body and it's what I actually want to do and it's what makes me feel better. Like, ever since I started training on vacation, I just don't get as bloated, or it's like you're eating out a lot. So you kind of want to like move your body and like, use that fuel to do something. Or maybe you walk a lot on vacation. You're like, I don't even want to do anything. So that's my little rant. Anyways, I'm going to get in there and train some legs. And then give you guys some form tips because I think we all need just even reminders. I feel like even I'm in the gym all the time, but my RDL form sometimes it can like fail, or it can like not fail, but just not be as good. I almost have to remind myself, like, keep your head down. Sometimes my head isn't down, or sometimes I'm really distracted and I have no mind to muscle connection. And it's like sometimes we just need these little reminders when we're training of what we should be focused on and maybe some things that we can fix. And yeah, we can always better ourselves. Anyways, it's still snowing outside, so it's still absolutely freezing. I'm kind of just like dreading going outside, but yeah, let's go. Okay, so don't forget your stretching. I feel like I've said this a couple times, but yeah, I feel like stretching and just dynamic stretching when you start working out, like before you start, guys, it's actually like more important than we think. I have heard like in the past week, multiple girls, like some of my friends, have just been like, oh my God, I pulled a hamstring, or one of them just hurt their back. And I'm like, oh my God, it's stuff like that that makes me think like, Elise, don't skip your stretching. Like, don't be an idiot, because I do it all the time, every time. So I started this leg day with sumo squats. Sumo squats have been, I haven't really started workouts with them, but lately I've been starting my workouts with them and it's just so bomb, and it's nice to just like switch it up. So doing probably 8 to 10 reps of everything. And then I think I did 3 sets. But I guess we'll see. So when I'm doing sumo squats, okay, I feel like I see so many people doing sumo squats and they're going really low. I just think that when you're trying to actually target your glutes and not your legs, like, this is like my specialty, you guys, okay? I target glutes. But I do have a lot of girls being like, oh my God, like I can't feel my glutes, or I can't, like my glutes aren't growing and blah, blah, blah. And then you look at their form, and I think the number one thing that I've learned about glutes is like keeping the tension on them when you're actually going down and when you're actually like squatting and stuff is probably one of the most important parts of growing them. So I think they're just a muscle that like thrives under tension. So if you can keep that tension on your glutes, it's just like doing RDLs. Like you're not putting the weight on the ground. You're literally holding it the whole time and keeping that tension. And that's ultimately like what grows them. So another thing is like keeping your back straight. I can see a lot of girls when they go too low, they get that like butt wink. If you've never seen it, look it up and just kind of like I would even video your form and be like, okay, am I doing that butt wink thing? Because if you are, then you have to fix something because you should not be doing that. It's honestly just gonna fuck up your back, and at some point you're just gonna be like, ow, basically. Okay, now we're moving into RDLs. I always like to do a warm-up set with the bar. I've actually met a lot of people that don't like doing warm-up sets with the bar, but when you're learning the form, especially, like even the bar is going to be pretty heavy, and if your back isn't very strong or whatever, like yeah, just try to do warm-up sets and try to do lighter weight when you're starting out. So couple things that I note when I'm doing RDLs. First of all, keeping your head down. I feel like that is the biggest mistake that I see all the time. Like all the time. I don't know how many times I have to say it. I guess a lot of girls don't watch my videos though, but I think that's the one thing that I see. It's the one thing that like honestly I see the most often. So keeping your head down, I also feel like if you keep your head down, like if you're keeping your head up and looking in the mirror, try keeping your head down now and you'll probably be like, "Oh my God, I can feel it in my glutes." Also, your range of motion is not going to be as crazy as you think it is. I think girls we're pretty flexible. So we like to just like test our flexibility when we're training. And there's also this just thing that goes around social media that's like, oh my God, your squats have to have the most depth and your RDLs have to go all the way to the ground. And it's just genuinely not true. Like you have to work with your body and what your body needs. Okay, so another thing is keeping your core tight when you're doing this. So learning how to actually brace your core is like an important part of like all these movements. And then pushing your hips back as much as you can. I feel like if you're not pushing your hips back during RDLs, you're definitely, what am I doing? You're definitely not going to feel it in your RDLs. Oh my God, Bulgarian split squats. So I also always do a warm up before I even pick up the weight. And it's really up to you if you want to use one weight or two weights. I find that if I'm using one on the opposite side, like I'm doing, I can feel it so much more in my glutes. So this is when like you just have to test some stuff out and find what works for you. It's going to be completely different for everyone. I also feel like Smith machine Bulgarian split squats are really good. I just didn't have a Smith machine. But it takes like the balance aspect out of it, so you're really not using anything else other than your glutes. Leaning forward in this one, I see girls very, very upright, and that's going to be more quad focused. If you're leaning forward and you have your core braced, I also put my arm up to balance because like sometimes I just can't balance. But yeah, leaning forward, I honestly look at the ground. It gives me something to focus on. And then bracing your core again. And people say that I'm doing like half reps, but that's really how I'm going to target my glutes. Like when you're, once again, if you're going really low on Bulgarians, which I see so often, it's like people think that they have to put their knee on the floor, which is just so false, especially if you're trying to grow your glutes. Like, especially if you're making it a glute focused movement, you really want to stay I don't know if you guys have noticed a pattern in this entire workout, but not going as low is like one of the best tips you can give someone. And then, yeah, just starting out with low weight helps you basically feel your glutes and feel where you're going to do it. Sometimes I'll even put my hand on one of my glutes just to be like, okay, this is where we want to be working. It almost tells your body, like, it gives you that like physical mind to muscle connection. And you're also going to notice, I notice that one of my legs will be stronger than the other one. So I do find that my left leg, it just doesn't feel as good, to be honest. Doesn't mean it's not working. It doesn't mean that you should just stop doing it. But you can see I'm kind of fucking around with my foot right now because I'm trying to get like the right placement. And that's another tip is like feel free to stop your set. Sometimes I'll go and do like 1 or 2 reps and then be like, this doesn't feel right. And then I have to readjust my entire like stance. And like you're allowed to do that. You know, you're actually allowed to like change it up and make sure that you're feeling it in all the right places. Why am I going to sneeze? Oh, it's gone. Um, okay, I also find that with my Bulgarians, I'm a little bit closer to the bench than people say. This helps me target more glutes than it does quads. I find that if I'm further away, it's targeting my quads, and if I'm closer to the bench, it's targeting more of my glutes. Um, but once again, this is totally up to you. There just isn't a 100% right way to do things because everyone's body is going to be so different. And as long as you're feeling it in the right spot, then you're golden. So then I'm doing some quad extensions or leg extensions. So these are like quad focused. Um, when I first started out and I tried to use this machine, you guys, like, there's so many adjustments, and I just want you to know that it's okay to not fucking know how to use it. Like, the amount of times that I've embarrassed myself in the gym because I don't know how to use a machine is just crazy, and it's fine, okay? But when I do this, so I try to make the eccentric movement, so going down, really slow, and that's just going to put more pressure onto my quads. Um, I don't really know what to tell you for form help on this one because I feel like it's pretty straightforward. You just want to keep your body down, keeping your core tight as well when you're doing this. I feel like people don't really do that, but like I think for most movements, keeping your core tight and just making sure that you're feeling it in the right spot is like the best advice that someone can give you. And then just slowing down the movements if you need to. So like if you need to like slow down the movement and make the weight a little bit less just to feel it, you know, better or feel it in the right places, and you can definitely do that. It helps so much. Um, yeah, I feel like there's really no form help I can give you on this one, but that's fine. Just watch me do quad extensions. Can we take a moment for my arms? Slay. I also love these green leggings. I feel like I always go back and forth with like, oh my God, I want to wear them all the time. And then I'm like, ew, green leggings, what am I doing? And that's like everything in my closet. Sometimes I really like color and sometimes I don't. You know what's crazy is that you guys buy the shit out of all of my black stuff. Black shorts, black leggings, crazy. Okay, don't skip your stretching at the end either. I feel like I always want to do this. I always just want to be like, okay, I'm done. I'm tired. I'm hungry. But it actually helps so much. I feel like my sciatica doesn't act up as much when I'm actually stretching and taking the time to stretch. I'm not really a flexible person usually, like at all. And I've never been that flexible. I don't know if it's like, oh, my legs are too long or like whatever the excuse is, or maybe I just don't spend enough time on it. But when I was younger, I tried to stretch to do the splits. for so long, you guys, and I never ended up doing it. I couldn't do it. Like, I was so close. I remember being so close, but I stretched for months to try to get it. It was crazy. I know I'm gonna do handstands now. I literally was just waiting for James at this point. As if I can still do that though. I used to do this when I was younger, and oh, I did it when I started doing yoga actually. Anyways, what am I even doing? That like so much worse than the other one. Funny. Guys, we are home from the gym and I was obviously hungry because after leg day, I am always starving. I wanted to show you guys what I eat because I feel like we've been doing regular vlogs, and because we've been doing regular vlogs, I feel like you guys can get an actual sense of like what I'm eating in a week. Not even just like what I'm eating in a week, but what I'm eating in like my entire life. I feel like I get a lot of inspiration and stuff just from looking at what other girls are eating. Not that I follow it, but it's really good for like, you know, learning recipes and honestly just realizing what people eat in a day, or like what I guess healthier wellness girlies eat. I made some quinoa. Hopefully you can see that. So I made quinoa and stir fry just with like that vegan chicken that we always get, and veggies and stuff. Yeah, like I feel like you guys are really seeing that I eat like a lot of the same stuff, and it just really works. I love it. What was I gonna say? Oh, I'm gonna make some like tofu pudding after because I feel like I really need to like get my protein up. As much as like the protein muffins are really good, it's better to have like, you guys have seen the baked oats. The baked oats have like 20 grams of protein per like little thing, whereas like the muffins probably have definitely not that much. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna eat this and then I'll let you guys know what I'm putting in my pudding. And yeah, we'll just go through it. Wait, should we try it? Let's try it. I swear these are like so crazy because they're like actual chicken. So good. Okay, so this is probably one of the most random things that I've made in a while, but you can actually use soft, like silken tofu, which if you guys didn't know, has a lot of protein. You can use this to make like chocolate pudding, which bomb, okay. You can also make like chocolate mousse, or yeah, I used to literally just like grab a bowl. I put this on my TikTok like a long time ago. I used to get a bowl and I would put this in it, and then I would just like mush it up and add like cocoa powder and stuff. We're gonna blend it even though it's like 11:40 at night and I should probably not do that because of my neighbors. But I'm gonna do it because I really want it to come out good. And then I'm just gonna put a bunch of stuff in it. And we've got the chocolate. If you guys know, you know, you've definitely been on Snapchat. So I'll put some of that on top maybe. But yeah, let's just do it together because like realistically I haven't done this in so long. So we'll just see what happens, I guess. The best thing about tofu is it's high protein, but there's also not that much flavor. I'm going to put just a little bit of soy milk in the bottom because I'm going to put some protein powder in it as well. Just a little bit. So I don't know if you guys know this, but as tofu gets like less dense, so like extra firm tofu is super high in protein, but then like silken tofu isn't as high in protein because it's like not as compressed. So I'm just putting a little bit of protein, like not even that much, but just enough, you know? And then cocoa powder. I'm not measuring any of this, but it's fine. And agave syrup, just to sweeten it. I'm gonna blend this, and then I also have chocolate chips for the top. To be honest, this is just a great way to get some extra protein. And it's sweet, so. Another thing that you can do is like heat up, like if you melt chocolate, but to be honest, like melting chocolate takes way too much time. It's just annoying because you can't really like microwave, well you can, but it just never comes out the same. So that would just make it extra chocolatey. I'm just gonna add some. First I'm gonna blend this again. Then I'll add some more cocoa maybe. I'm not sure yet. I feel like it just needs melted chocolate. We all know what this is. That sounds so sketchy. It's not even bad, you guys. You guys, I'll probably see you soon. Yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and try some tofu pudding.